Is you a champ or a chump? Sideline, you a slump. Finna ball on 4th and 8, you lining up to kick a punt. This ain't for the mediocre homie with your squad like. Probably need to hustle up a trade and get your squad right. We don't do no injuries, we build and keep the squad tight. I need 40 points to get this dub, this is our night. Black unis, platinum shoulder pads. I think my army want to sign off on another bag. You a champ or a chump? Sideline, you a slump.
Champs over chumps GMs. Most of us finished last season in the mind frame that next year will be my year. Well, I've got some good news for you, fellas. Next year is now this year, and each of us has the opportunity to make this year my year. Shout out to the 4 GMs willing to take a risk this year, voting for a $200 buy-in to put some real money into the winner's circle. Unfortunately, they were outvoted by the other 8 penny pinching GMs in our league, which means that the buy-in for 2023 remains the same at $100 per squad. This year, all fees will be paid directly to your co-commissioner, Mr. All Madden Legacy himself, and all fees must be paid at or before the draft. In an attempt to ensure all fees are paid in a timely manner, any team with outstanding fees at the start of the regular season will forfeit the first game and every game thereafter until all fees are paid in full. This means if your fees aren't paid, the commissioner will go in and remove any and all players from your starting lineup, ensuring that 0 points are scored and the squad in question takes an automatic L. The only way to prevent your squad from starting the season on the wrong note is to get with your co-commissioner and pay your dues ASAP. As for the prizes, exact prize totals will be kept under wraps until a later date, giving the commissioner time to determine who's awarded what at the appropriate time. But to keep everybody in the right mind frame, there will be a prize designated for the team that scores the most points at the end of the regular season, regardless of playoff bursts or overall outcomes. What this means for you is that every week counts for something, and GMs that put their best foot forward on a weekly basis will definitely receive their flowers in due time. In the same format as 2022, 2023 will allow GMs to select a keeper from the previous season. I know a number of GMs were looking forward to keeping 2 players. However, an executive decision had to be made to protect the integrity of the draft. Thus, 1 keeper per squad. All keepers must be selected by the August 24th deadline, but remember, they must be selected using the Yahoo Fantasy Sports website instead of the app. Once all keepers have been selected, your squad will forfeit the draft pick associated with the designated player's expected ADP. Also, to spice things up a bit, 2023 will be the last season that allows players to be kept for consecutive seasons. This means if a player is designated to be kept from a particular team this year, that team cannot elect to keep the same player when the 2024 season rolls around. Be sure to get with your commissioner if you run into any issues selecting your keeper or if there are any questions pertaining to this process at all. The 2023 draft will take place Sunday, August the 27th at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. If anybody wants to bring in the new season under traditional standards, the commissioner's house will be made available for all GMs to attend. Out of consideration for the commissioner's wife, make sure to RSVP with your commissioner to ensure the proper accommodations can be made. After the draft, the 2023 season can get underway. And I know everybody is wondering, who am I about to knock off in week 1? Well, there might be some long days and hard nights this season because our 12-team league has been broken down into 2 divisions, mimicking the 2-conference format in the NFL and replacing the 3-division format we used last year. Every squad will face the other 11 teams in our league at least once. You'll also face 3 out of your 5 divisional opponents twice, making weeks 12 through 14 rivalry weeks for everyone. Divisional winners get automatic bids into the playoffs. Playoff seeding will be determined by the overall rankings. And of course, the top 2 seeds will get first round byes. Simultaneously, the consolation bracket will be in full effect. So if you find yourself out of the running for this year's champ, you get an opportunity in the postseason to ensure you don't end up at the bottom of the pack. Hopefully, there won't be any misunderstandings this year on rankings or playoff seeding. However, if additional clarification is needed, your commissioner is available to clear up any misconceptions. As for how the game will be played, if you played in Champs Over Chumps before, you already know the point system and the waiver regulations. Your QBs will all score points in the same format used in 2022. Your running backs will all score points in the same format used in 2022. Your wide receivers will all score points in the same format used in 2022. Even your defenses will all score points in the same format used in 2022. The only change made to our point system pertains to your kicker. Previously, a kicker could either gain or lose a point from missing an extra point. However, this year, the kicker still gains a point for making an extra point, but 2 points will be deducted if he misses said attempt. Make sure to check the league settings in your Yahoo Fantasy app to confirm exact point totals, deductions, and accelerators. And that should about sum it up for all parties involved. Champs Over Chumps 2023 is underway, and the only question to be answered is, will a new champion be crowned, or will one of the usual suspects take claim to the throne again? This year could be your year, but it all depends on what you do from this day moving forward. Good luck to all the GMs who took the time to watch this video. Until next time, this your commissioner, man, signing off.
You a champ or a chump, sideline, you a slump.